This restructuring of Burrow's contract frees up $10 million in cap space. What will this move ultimately end up doing?
Yeah, Coley, first, I feel like we should welcome the Bengals front office into the 21st century here. When you say they don't historically do this, they have never done this with a quarterback. And now the Bengals have a little bit more money to work with.
There are so many veteran linebackers that are available. They need to sign someone. They need to bring someone else in. If you don't go after Wagner, Okereke is a fine option. Or, you mentioned Shaq Thompson is still available.
I would always be hoping that you would start to see saving your cash in the bank and doesn't get you far. Oh, and then we start to see one day you can change your ways, funding the team to get the stars. But we are not done. Oh no, defense could be fun, but oh no, we still need help for the linebackers while they learn to tackle properly. So spend on the linebacker, spend on the linebacker, spend on the linebacker from the pool of savvy veterans. Welcome to the number one Bengals podcast. I'm your host, Eddie McDuke, and I'm joined by Dr. Hoji Electric Esmoji and our good friend from the Orange and Black Insider. I'm talking about Mr. Anthony Cosenza.
Yeah.
You pronounced the last name right. We're off to a good start already. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
I was so nervous pronouncing that name, but I'm glad I got it right. Anthony, really, it's kind of weird that we haven't had him on the show before because we had an amazing time last time you were on the show. One of our best shows ever.
Yeah, I agree. It was a lot of fun, Anthony. It's great to have you back. You're looking great.
Am I? I don't know. I'm feeling a little tired. We were talking as we were setting up about kid stuff and summer stuff. I'm feeling a little tired adjusting, but I appreciate the compliment, Doctor.
No.
Well, look, Anthony, you like us, you're struggling with the loss of our good friend John Sheeran, who for years, he was on both of our podcasts before he decided to retire, and it hit us like a ton of bricks.
Oh, yeah.
We just really wish that it could have gone on forever, but, the kids, they grow up.
Nothing great can last forever.
How are you dealing with the loss of John Sheeran?
Well, he still gives me time here and there, so I appreciate that. But hey, I'd like to think that the three of us we were the platform to ascend him to other great things, right?
I'd like to think that. I don't.
That's what I tell myself. It's probably not true.
Well,
we were like we were like the rest stop where a young Johnny Cash passed through. Enjoy the nice tea.
Not Anthony. Anthony, if you ask AI who John Sheeran is, it will say he's a writer, a podcaster who got his start on Orange and Black Insider, and then he's now on A to Z. It completely glides and glosses over the number one Bengals podcast.
They do call it artificial intelligence for a reason. It's not going to deal with anything dealing with our show. That would create a lot of...
that's true. I mean,
AI slut.
They are protecting John. John can probably manipulate the AI. He's that smart, so he wants to protect his image.
Yeah.
But Anthony, look,
I got a lot of questions for you, Anthony.
A lot of questions. But this is your show. We want you.
But let me start with my question.
Yeah.
Anthony, I want you to be honest. I don't want you to be fanny, like a fan. Okay. There's a lot of people got hope that this year, as Daddy's beautiful song said, that this year's going to be a little different than years prior. There's a lot of people saying that this defense looks better than ever before in terms of talent stacked. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if I should believe it. I don't know if I should get ready to have my heart broken 25th time. Tell me, Anthony, is it real? Is it different? Or is it just the same as every other year previous?
It is a little bit of a mixture of a few things you said there, in my opinion. I think all we're talking about is on paper, right? I mean, these are great additions. Dexter Lawrence, Jonathan Allen, Boye Mafe, all of these guys are great additions, but they have yet to play it down in a Bengals uniform or anything meaningful in terms of practice, training camp, anything like that. So I think, it can't get much worse than it was last year or maybe even the year before. So yes, they will be better. Yes, they will be more disciplined, but how much better? What are the expectations of the masses? You know, if you're expecting maybe a top 10 defense across the board, I think that's a little lofty, but for me, if they can be opportunistic, if they can be more like they were in 21, where they can get off the field in timely situations, they can get quarterback sacks from somebody else not named Trey Hendrickson, and they can get pressure up the middle, everything will fall in line from there. I think, you know, Brian Cook is kind of an overlooked piece with all the people that they brought in, and hopefully he can do a little bit of the Jesse Bates thing and line people up the right way on the defense, like Bates was said to have done. So I think it's a little bit of everything. I think you know, if we're talking a massive leap from one offseason to the next, that's a huge expectation, but it will be better. I think consistency, if you can get consistency, that's the key.
Well, you mentioned I love Dexter Lawrence. I love him. He's going to be huge. But I think easily the second biggest addition is Brian Cook. And a lot of people point this out because we're going from Geno Stone to Brian Cook. Right? I mean, no, it's just, let's be honest. I mean, Geno Stone and the linebackers were just out of position way too much. And it costs us a lot of yards. So linebackers growing, you know, they're finally, I think Demetrius Knight is kind of older, but Barrett Carter's is still a young guy. Right. They're growing up. They had the experience, trial by fire, and now they have a defensive line that's, you know, going to make their job easier, all of that. But, yeah, the secondary is going to be much better tackling. Anthony, I didn't – maybe we can transition to this now or later, but we talk about the linebackers. I want to get your expert take on what they need to do because we all agree, sure, the rookies are going to be better, but are they going to be enough for this team to be a contender? And if not,
no.
Who do we add? Because, look, we don't need to add a guy that's going to play every snap. You know,
and you're not going to this time of year.
Yeah. We just need a guy that's going to, first of all, kind of mentor them, but also just kind of clean it up a little bit, right? Pop in, clean things up. So who is that guy?
There are a couple you mentioned in the opening song, which, by the way, was just delightful. I love that opener. You know, Okereke's out there and Bobby Wagner, and there are a number of names you could point to. And like I just said, I don't think you're going to get a guy heading into July in just a few weeks here that's going to be an every down starter necessarily, but someone, a veteran presence to steady that group. You know, it's weird to me because the Bengals addressed like all kinds of different areas of their defense, particularly the defensive line. And they said last year wasn't good enough. The last couple of years was not good enough. And the most glaring weakness, it appeared last year, was the linebacker play. And that was the one they've showed the most faith in thus far in the offseason, be it the draft or free agency. So I still think they're going to need a veteran. I would not be surprised if this is something that goes into maybe even training camp. They start looking at the waiver wire of final cuts of teams and that sort of thing where, you know, that maybe there's a veteran guy out there that they didn't think was going to be available and they think that could be a rotational piece, a veteran rotational piece. I would not be surprised if that's the case in, you know, summertime, kind of like where they signed a Noah Fant, a Dalton Reisner.
Oh yeah.
Later than a lot of us would like to see another addition, but that may be what they look at. And also when you talk about a guy, particularly like Wagner, is he a guy that's really going to want to go through all of the OTAs, all of the mini camps, all of the training camp and all of that at this point in his career?
No way.
I think he's kind of earned the right to miss some of that stuff anyway. So, I see that happening. I just don't see that being just like tomorrow it's happening.
They got to see who's staying at Sandra Bullock's house. That's how you find the next talent. Guys, I want to say, Anthony, it's been such a pleasure to be with you on this show.
Yeah.
I am having hair laser removal surgery on my back because the problem, my shirts don't fit me anymore, and they're not letting me into restaurants and movie theaters. It's really getting bad. So I'm going to have to go and do that right now, because if I don't, the hair will keep growing. So I'm going to wish you all adieu.
Is it a permanent solution at least, or is it a temporary solution?
In my world, Anthony, there are no permanent solutions.
Okay.
But it'll last 3 to 4 months before it gets unwieldy again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I used to have them bleached, because if you bleach your back hair, it looks a lot less bad. But then people thought I was trying to make a fashion statement, and I wasn't. I was just trying to get by.
Understand.
Well, Dr. Hoji, before you leave,
Yeah.
I just want you to know your good friend, the Iceman.
Oh
Mr.
my gosh.
Strawberry Ice.
Oh my gosh. You didn't tell me Ice is here. Just as I have to leave, Strawberry.
Yeah,
we
Ice
had a
is here.
great talk today.
We did.
You're the best.
You're the best too, and good luck with your back hair.
My hair laser remover surgery. Yeah.
Yes.
And if you guys ever need a recommendation, it just costs me about $700 each time.
Well,
See if your doctor can sponsor the show, man. That'd be a good plug. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
no. He's very cheap.
Oh, okay.
One time I said I'll pay you $6.95. He said, get out of here.
Have you talked to your good friend Fuzzy
But-
Balls?
And
about
that's
this?
just a copay. What's that?
Have you talked to your good friend Fuzzy Balls about this? They might have something.
Yeah, well, there are two of them, and I do talk to them daily.
Well, that's good.
That's quite a dialogue. That's quite a dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was great seeing you guys, huh? Go
too.
Bengals, go Bengals, or who they or whatever they say nowadays.
Who did?
All right.
Yeah.
You rock,
Take
Doc.
care. All right, take care. Bye bye.
Mr. Strawberry Ice, welcome to the show.
What's up, Daddy? Long time no see.
Yeah. What a great show he has. He has a very lively chat, a lot of big fans. It's a great show.
I see you have the Godfather,
We have the man.
Anthony Cosenza. That's what you gotta say. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi. Jeff, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you, sir? Nice to see you, Anthony.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Now we're buttoning it up a little bit. Yeah.
I like to see your garage is nice and cleaned up and it's nice and sunny.
It's really not. I'm blocking the Mount Crapmore behind me. So,
Is that the official name?
yes, Mount Crapmore of children's toys and bikes and all kinds of crap.
Gotcha.
Guys, Mr. Ice, we talked a little bit about the restructure. We talked a little bit about the linebackers. Really, how do the Bengals kind of tighten up this defense? And you can take it a bunch of different directions. We know they revamped the defensive line. What is it going to take? Like, it's going to take a little bit of time for the defensive line to gel. We know the secondary has a lot of athleticism, but ultimately, what are they going to do in terms of moves, in terms of how they work together, so that they have a top 15 defense, let's say?
Well, the good thing is that everybody's at OTAs, including Dexter Lawrence, who I don't think has actually left Cincinnati since he got here. So getting that continuity, you're right. That's the first thing that's got to come together, and that happens now. Well, as far as moves go, I mean, me and the AC have talked about this a million times. Bobby Wagner, I like to get with Joe Burrow's contract now that they restructured. We got $10 million extra. Are they going to re-sign DJ Turner or Dax Hill? Those two, you're like, how's that going to help the defense? Well, it's going to help because it'll make them happier and more comfortable that they're here. And are they going to add a slot? So for me, to make the defense even better would be adding somebody to that linebacker room and possibly adding a slot corner. I miss anything there, AC?
No. And I mean, the three of us have all covered whatever with this team for a long time. And I guess my question to both you guys is this offseason has been the outlier, right? In terms of all the moves they made, the trade, all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of people are saying, well, they freed up the money from Joe's contract to potentially make another move or a couple of moves, extensions, etc. I that old cynic comes back at me and says,
no, not you.
Do they just do this to sit on some money?
Not this time.
And
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
No. I think that they do want to keep DJ Turner and Dax Hill. Look, they're letting the Miles Murphy go. They're letting him go.
You think so?
Well, I mean, they didn't give him the 5-year, rookie.
Fifth-year option.
Yeah,
50-year option.
Well,
So-
he could be something. They still could extend him before that.
They could extend him, but if they want to extend him, that means he's actually worth something, which means
he's the one that they chose to let go among the kind of younger guys that are coming up for contracts. They like Dax Hill. They like DJ Turner. They make them look good by keeping those guys. They have not had good drafts recently. So keeping those two is important for the front office.
Right.
So I think those two are at the top when it comes to extensions. They have to find a way they want it to work out with them, and they want to keep them long term. So I think that's where the $10 million is going. I think the Dexter Lawrence thing stretched them a little bit thinner than they're comfortable with, than they usually go with. And so now they wanted a little bit of leeway so they can do their normal, routine of extending their young guys.
Well, I got a question for you guys. Were you surprised? Oh, not that they signed Cassius Howe, but it was fully guaranteed. We didn't get to talk about this on my show there, Daddy. Were you surprised with that?
I wasn't a little surprised, but I think it was a wise move. Yes. I mean, the guy, was he second round? He was a second rounder.
Second round pick.
It's not a lot of money.
Defensive player of the year, though, too.
Defensive player of the year. He has what, Miles Murphy and Shamar Stewart do not have. He's the exact opposite. He's just all moves. He's all production. So they need that. They need a little bit of a spice, a little bit something coming off the edge with all those big guys in the middle. And they have that. So I knew that they were going to be high on him. I'm a little surprised if fully guaranteed, but what is that? Like $2 million? It's not that much money. I don't know how much it is.
I thought it was was it 9 there, AC? Do you remember offhand? 9 or was it?
I don't have it in front of me.
I thought it was like 9 or 6 million. I thought, but I that's the number that's popping in my head. That's just
probably, but it's not that much money.
I'd like to have it.
I'm surprised.
Well, you do have like 50 sponsors, Iceman, so you're probably going to get that pretty soon. You don't have any sponsors. I don't know how you get sponsors. Somebody tell me.
You gotta talk to people and beg. And well, see, that's how I get AC on my show. I just bug the crap out of him, and he finally comes on every Friday.
So just to and yeah, Ice has just a litany of all kinds of great sponsors. But according to Over the Cap, Howell is going to see every bit of 12 million of his signing bonus of just shy of 5.2 million. It surprised me a little bit just because, but it's just a little bit again outside of the Bengals bubble. But I think also they were like, how much did Shamar Stewart holding out and doing all of this last year put us behind the curve? And I like what Daddio said. I know a lot of us, including probably you guys, have been saying it a bunch too, that the Bengals, with their love for gigantic defensive ends and edge defenders, having the guy who's a little bit of the shorter, quicker, smaller, just a different guy than
a basketball player.
Big behemoth guys to mix things up. I think that is going to be a huge key because, not each guy is going to be effective against every single offensive lineman. And then obviously you get adjusted to going as an lineman. You're getting adjusted going up against one type or style of player. You mix in another, and now you've got a different skill set to contend with all of a sudden. So I like that, but a little surprising that it was, signing bonus. Some people have said maybe that's just the way they were going to go from the get-go. I see it as, again, the Shamar Stewart nightmare from last year. Maybe that's just prompted him to say, let's just get this done. This was a fringe first-round talent anyway.
And the funny thing is it happened like right after they announced the Joe Burrow I keep saying renegotiation, but
restructure.
Yeah. So it's like Joe Burrow's news came out, then 5 minutes later, oh yeah, we signed Cassius Howe too.
That's a good point though about the Shamar Stewart. I think what they've done this offseason is change the vibe of the locker room, of the front office. Because these players, what I've gathered, the players really do like Zach Taylor. He's done a really good job of making it a positive locker room. But, with the Trey Hendrickson thing, I felt like Joe Burrow was on Trey Hendrickson's side to some degree, and with the other, because they all kind of get it. And sure, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow had things go their way pretty much, but T. Higgins didn't, the others didn't. And the players have taken the side, obviously, of the players, which they do in general, but really in the case of the Bengals. So I think the Bengals realized, hey, if we want to actually win, we need, because remember, Jamar Chase was not invested in this team early last season. So they're like, we need to have everybody happy here. I think there's a wake-up call. So good point there, Anthony.
And that's the great thing about this offseason so far is we have nothing to. I don't say have nothing to talk about, but we don't have a Shamar Stewart holding out. We don't have Trey Hendrickson's contract. We don't have any of that right now. I mean, I don't foresee us having any of that. I mean, AC Daddy, it's gonna be a weird offseason for us because we're gonna be able to talk about football and not contracts.
The drama is low.
Right.
And T Lions, I saw you pin that comment, Daddy-O, that, great to see Howell not. He also was doing something that Shamar wasn't doing last year and playing and practicing without a deal signed, right?
Yep.
Shamar was just not, he wasn't really participating in anything because
he got bad advice last year.
He got horrible advice last year.
Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah, I agree with both of you. It's the drama is low. The boat seems to be rowing all in the same direction this year, which is a good sign or a good feeling to have, I guess, going into training camp.
Great sign. It's great.
Yeah. Well, guys, I don't know if there's any other Bengals news or headlines or anything you want to talk about. Nice.
Crickets. That's the thing. It's like there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, I went to the bridge today and I got to watch them practice. But
what did you see? Tell us what you saw.
I saw the Joe Burrow throwing passes to Jamar Chase and the one thing I thought was interesting. This is kind of cool though. And I thought I videoed it. It was so hot. I thought I hit record. I missed this part. But Dexter Lawrence was out there. He wasn't in pads or anything. But you know who he's given one-on-one lessons to? Landon Robinson. He was sitting there explaining him how to do pass rush moves and stuff like that. And I'm like, you can't get much better teacher than Dexter Lawrence. So that was, and I wish I would have got the stupid video, but I didn't hit record. It happens sometimes.
Well, you telling us on the show.
Do you guys feel that they're gonna? No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
do you guys
Anthony,
feel that they're going to re-sign those corners? Do you think that gets done this offseason?
At least one of them. There's not at least one of them. I hope they sign both of them, but there's not at least. I think it's gonna be DJ is what I think.
I think so. Yeah, I think DJ is the more elite skill sets.
I think they're signing him, and I think they're adding a linebacker is what I think they're doing. I don't know who.
I think they'll get a linebacker close to the start of the regular season. They'll get one of these guys on the $4 million.
Unless they do my trade and trade Chris Jenkins and like a 5th round pick for Jordan Brooks, I'm still holding out for that one. I mean, hey,
and how much do you have the front office's ear, Iceman? How much do you?
0.0.
Well, I saw a lot of big time people on your show.
True, but I haven't had Mike Brown or Katie Blackburn or Duke on. So
you're in the area. You're in the Cincinnati area.
I am. You might have talked to Bengal Jim about that. He's had them on. He's probably got a better shot at talking to him about that than I do.
Yeah. All right. Well, did you have anything, Anthony?
I heard on Ice's show that the doc was talking about Brazilian butt lifts and different stuff. So I'm curious if this mysterious doctor's appointment that he bolted off to is going to include an enhancement surgery of some kind as well, not just hair
There's
removal.
definitely some upkeep involved from what I've gathered. So it's a possibility.
What is upkeep? What is upkeep?
Exactly what it sounds like. Yeah.
I was surprised he's getting his back hair. Was that what he was getting that bleach?
Right.
He needs to probably do some stuff up top too. I might maybe take his back hair and put it on top of his head. Maybe
transplant.
Transplant.
That's this whole kind of toxic masculinity thing. He thinks that the male pattern baldness is part of his image.
I got He just be like me and AC just for hats.
Yes. But I want to thank you both for being on the show. Great to see you both. I hope we can do this again. I know we didn't have a lot to talk about this show, but as we get closer to the season, we're going to have more and more topics. For Anthony Cosenza, our guest co-host, and our guest, Mr. Strawberry Ice, thank you very much. This is Daddy McDuke. We'll see you next time. So long, sweetie. Pies.